this loser. Why else would he be going through all this trouble? I still don't understand why he trusts a criminal. Seems like too much of a risk. Stop worrying and keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back. You just sit tight. Commander wants to have a little chat. The prisoner's ready, sir. I hope you're comfortable. We have a lot to discuss. Highly perceptive. Let me add that to your list of skills. Speaking of which, let's see what we're working with here. I'm impressed. You have quite the criminal history. I also see that you've mined on Vectera, and now you're with Constellation. You've certainly been Oh, and look at that. Right at the bottom of this list is the criminal incident that landed you in my crosshairs. I will, when I'm ready. Now that we have that out of the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Commander Kibwe Ikande, and I'm in charge of this operation for UC SysDev. Are you familiar with what we do? United Colonies System Defense. Does that help you figure out exactly what it is we do? UC SysDev is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle the big picture stuff, we deal with a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet. That convict is where you enter the picture. I don't remember asking how you felt about anything. We've been prodding at the Crimson Fleet for years, trying to take them down one ship at a time. But we barely scratched the surface. If we can get someone on the inside, we have a shot at finding a loose thread we can pull to bring it all down. It doesn't matter how I feel. I'm simply doing what's best for the security of the United Colonies. Look, I'm going to make this simple. Agree to work for UC SysDev, and together we take down the Crimson Fleet. Refuse, and I tell these guys to throw you into the nearest lockup. Might even tack on an extra few hundred credits to your fine. Of course you have a choice. It's just stacked in my favor. So, what do you say? You going to work with? Smart choice. I'm going to have one of my men escort you to the operations center. I strongly suggest that you don't give him any trouble. And don't bother trying to leave the ship. I think you'll find all access to the docking area is fully restricted.
All right, let's go. So, you took the op instead of serving the time. Gotta be the commander's new mole, huh? Infiltrating a bunch of pirates. You've got a lot of guts. Still, it makes you wonder, especially with the stories that go around. Like the one about how the fleet deals with informants by lashing them to the hull of a ship and then slowly letting the air out of their suit. Could you imagine a worse way to go? I know I couldn't. But I wouldn't worry about it. Since the commander handpicked you, I'm guessing you can hold your breath for a really long time, right?
Pardon?
Alright, this is as far as I go. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Ikande should be waiting for you.
Hello.
Excuse me.
Hey. Yes, what?
Ah, there you are. Excellent. Now that we've established your level of cooperation with us, I want to introduce you. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance, SysDef's nerve center dedicated to the destruction. Which is precisely why we're taking him. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside. Good. I have just the right place for you to start. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention. Well, it's the best we've got. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know. Eager to get going? Good. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson. Fine. Whatever gets the job. Look, before you begin, as an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be expected to allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand it. I don't want promises. I'm just asking. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about. Now, get out of here. Good luck. That's easy to answer. You don't. We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance and attempting to keep it within your vicinity. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence and at the completion of your assignments, beyond that, you're completely on your... All we know is that she's been with the Trade Authority for years, which means she's been privy to some seriously shady deals. She's shrewd and she's diligent. The only reason we were able to connect her with the Crimson Fleet at all was thanks to an informant. I'm afraid she's the best lead. For your own safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the Vigilance. Basically, if you land in jail, you're going to have to deal with the fines. While you're running with the Crimson Fleet, you're undoubtedly going to be fair. It's going to be difficult for you to weigh the consequences of pulling the trigger. Do what you have to do, but remember. That's why I expect you to constantly seek alternative means to overcome your obstacles, rather than... Look, I can see that you're struggling with this. If there's a route to your goal which doesn't involve killing innocent people, use your instincts. I'm certain you'll do. Good luck.
Yes?
All right, we don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as... If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Well, you better. Commander Akande's entire operation... I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards through. You're damn right I do. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why. That's all we're asking. Oh, before you go, there's one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return, as compensation for your effort. It's not generous, it's motivational. Commander Akande's... All right. We've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden. That should do it. You're dismissed. Not really, no. I've learned to keep my personal experiences separate from the job. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate that you care. It's just that I don't feel like now's an appropriate time to be discussing these things. Let's just stick to the job at hand and concentrate on the mission. But, maybe we can talk about it some other time, okay? I'll be here if you have any more questions.
Maybe it was both. Howdy. Okay, hello.
We've been gone forever.
Something you need?
Did you need something?
Exploring the galaxy is hard work.
What
Trust
can I
me,
help you with?
I know. But stop by sometime and let's talk.
I'm glad you're back.
Okay? Sarah! Sarah. Good to see you again, my dear friend.
I'll try, but I doubt any of them will compare to this.
What's on your mind?
Locks, air pressure, drive.
Always nice to kick back in the broken spirit.
Look at this place. I can't imagine being cramped down here, choking on the fumes and the dust. No trees, no grass. It's depressing.
If you're here to buy or sell, you might want to talk to Octai. I'm busy. Wouldn't be the first time I've heard that line. Oh, don't give me that look. I'm just having a laugh. What have you got for me? Aurora, huh? Nice. A little too hot to handle, though. What else you got?
The Trade Authority turning away contraband. Now I've seen everything.
No, they're right. What they didn't tell you is that I have a self-preservation streak 1 kilometer wide. Of course, if there's a finder's fee you're offering, I might, well, bend the rules a little bit. You know, it's funny. Suddenly, I do remember someone who might be able to unload that stuff for you.
Well, well. It appears she suddenly remembers everything. How nice.
There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Goes by the name Adler Kemp. If he isn't passed out, you can find him killing the rest of his brain cells at the Broken Spear. Oh, and it's been a pleasure doing business with you.
Hey, welcome to the Sidonia... Yo, hey, what's up? I'm Manaki. Feel free to ask me anything, I'll... Cool. That's what we do here. Come back anytime. We got lots of stuff. Just ask. Sounds like a plan. I can also... Yeah, let's get you... See you around. for anything? Happy to help. Take a look at what I've got. Yo, stay good out there.
Mine intakes all types. Young upstarts, former military, ex-cons.
Unless you're here to serve me another drink, you can turn around and walk away. Hey, why don't you say that a little louder? I don't think every single UC guard in Sidonia heard you. Okay. If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're going to need to move it fast. But you're going to have to do so. Yeah, sure. If the Trade Authority won't even deal with the shipment of that crap, where else you gonna go? Just cool your thrusters for a minute before you wreck this deal for the both of us.
Well, this is utterly ridiculous. Do we really have to jump through these hoops to get what we...
Lady, if you want me to move that shipment for your pal here, you're going to do whatever the hell I want. You got that? Now listen up, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I need you to deal with a miner who's wrecked. He probably spent it all on booze, not that I blame him. Either way, I want that... Feel free to throw as many credits in my face as you want, but that isn't the point. We need to make an example out of this guy. His name's Carl Fielding. I think you'll find him wandering around the Deimos miners' quarters. Don't worry, you can't miss him. Just look for the most miserable-looking guy in the entire place.
Something I can help you with? Adler Camp. Who the heck is that? Of course I owe money. Unless you're independently wealthy. Everyone's in debt nowadays. I owe Deimos. I owe my landlord. I owe Galbank. Heck, I have a tab at Parsec Deep at Cespear. It's an endless list. So why don't you just leave me here? Let me get drunk and find someone else to bother. Okay? Adler, you said? Nope. I think you have me mixed up with someone else. Look, I'm tired. It's been a long day in the mines. I just want to go home, wash off the dust, and relax. This has been fun, though. Whatever. Hey now. Take it easy there. Let me think about that person you mentioned. Adler, was it? Oh, wait. You mean that Adler? Yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about someone else. I told him I'd pay up next week when Deimos cuts our next profit share check. I'll even bring it to him personally. Sound good? Yeah? Come on! Give me a break! What the... Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? You can't squeeze blood from a stone. You know? Right?
Perhaps he's already been through enough.
What games? Why are you doing this to me? I don't have the money. I might be able to take up a collection from some of my bodies. I'm glad you understand the position I'm in here. Please, tell Adler I'm sorry for trying to wiggle out of the debt. I didn't have much of a choice.
Tired of commuting from distant Macedonia?
Something for me? There, would you look at that? I knew that bum was holding out on me. He going to be a problem anymore? Or did he get the message? Nice. You're kind of a natural at this. Leaning on deadbeats comes easy to you. I like that. You know, if you like this kind of work, I can get you more. You think you can handle running with my, associates? That's what I'm talking. All right. I'll call ahead and get a hold of Neva Mora. She's second to the big boss himself. Head out to Europa. You'll find her there. I suggest you listen to whatever she has to say. Oh, and I've taken care of that Aurora shipment for you too. Don't spend all that cash in one place.
Crime's at an all-time low around Sidonia. Let's keep it that way.
like Adler finally saw. Big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew. We'll see. When the waters get deep, it's sink or swim. So, before I put you to work, let's get everything out in the open. I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate crew. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. That's if you get through this little task I have planned for you. There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana, jumping into Enceladus's orbit. On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Reek. I want him dead. Kill Reek? That's your only option? If you want my advice, there's only one way to guarantee he dies. Turn the Ragana into space junk. Only way to be sure. It's done when Rake stops. Head back here when you're finished. And don't keep me waiting for long.
So that's the notorious Nova Mora. I have to say, if she's the finest that the Crimson Fleet has to offer, joining them might be a terrible mistake.
I've been tracking Rick for months. He's making it tough, not gonna lie. He changes his location and identity so often, it's costing me a small fortune just to keep tabs. But you know what? It's worth every damn cred. He's made me look like a fool in front of Delgado, and I'm gonna have his head on a pike. Rake used to run with the fleet. Hell, I'm the one who vouched for him in the first place. Back then he had a different name and a different identity. He was a damn good earner too, brought in a ton of creds. Everything was fine until he wanted out. So he ran. And nobody, I mean nobody, runs away from the fleet.
With his crewmen. Oh God, I do not know.
Keep in mind, we're not threatening to board you. We're asking. The distinction is rather important.
Well, normally I would say no, but frankly it will be safer for us that way. Alright, you can dock. We will talk then.
Hey, Dusty. If you're ever thinking to yourself, oh, I could really listen to Barrett's dope. Ship is now docked. Perfect.
not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and let you say your piece. That is true. Which means you don't want somebody... Now, do you mind telling us what this is? You really do not know which one of us is Rake, do you? And you do not seem to care either, which makes me think you Okay, I have idea. We can strike his name from manifest. Then, when we dock, we will leave him on this ship and deliver him to another... That is fair. We do not want any... Is that all right with you, Austin?
Do I have a choice?
It does not appear you do. Well then, it is agreed. You go back to your ship and we will make sure Rake wasn't... And in case any of your handlers get suspicious, here. We had an extra crate of supplies loaded, in case one got damaged. This should be proof you were not here to bargain.
We should have a talk. When you have the time, of course.
I thought we were dead. I can't believe it.
Thanks for taking the time to talk. I wanted to ask you about the art. When you pulled it from the rock, held it... No, I don't think you understand. How did you feel in... That's an interesting reaction. When dealing with the artifacts, common sense tends to go right up. Honestly, I wasn't sure how you'd react. Some people would consider what you went through a deeply personal experience. Oh, well, I enjoy hearing about them. Professionally, of course. Either way, the artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of... Agreed. Unfortunately, there's no way that I know of to reply, and believe... Frustrating? No. Bewildering? Yes. It would be... well, an explorer's dream to solve a mystery like this. I knew I picked the right person for the job. Look, I wanted to thank you for taking the time, and I also wanted to say, well, I'm pleased. That was a pleasant change of scenery.
Ship's clear. It's just us among the stars again.
But it definitely went faster after you jumped into the fight. Now tell me about the Ragana. Give me some good news, then we can go celebrate. Huh. No kidding. That'll make Delgado happy, seeing as our hands are clean. I would have preferred if you hadn't left witnesses behind, but at least you got the job done. Anyway, you wanted into the Crimson Fleet? Well, you're in. Yep, it's that simple. Hope this business with Rakes taught you something. Because I'm about to stick my neck out and vouch for you. If you screw up, and I wind up looking like an asshole, you better stow that crap before you make... Now that you know the deal, it's time to see what you signed up for. I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Crick system. Spacers call it the key. Head out there as soon as you can. So...
Well, we're in. I hope you know what you're doing.
A vessel like this certainly brings back memories.
I had a friend on the Ragana. I hope I'll be able to see him next time we're on shore leave.
Okay, hello.
At ease, soldier. We got the message from the Ragana about Austin Rick. We had him dropped off at a separate... Suffice to say, he's got a... That's a smart line to follow. Part of this role you're playing means having to make hard choices. Just remember not to lose yourself.
I'll do my part to make certain that...
Oh, one more thing before we move on. For transparency's sake, you should know we were the ones that hired Ecliptic to attack neighbor's ship. There was concern after what happened with the Ragana that you might have trouble earning. Coming to her rescue ensured that would not be... But a gamble that hopefully paid off. On that note, how did things go with Neva? Then it worked. You're in. Sounds like... Now it's time for the next phase of the mission.
Our intel on Saoirse was correct. After we received reports on your interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Neva Mora.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so getting on her good side will ensure you get into the Crimson Fleet. Yes, you passed your first test and you're still alive. But before we get too confident, that either means she suspects nothing or she intends to make any. Just remember, these are ruthless criminals.
And their ruthlessness is only surpassed by their cunning. You should proceed with caution, regardless of how well you think you've ingratiated yourself.
So what's next for you on Neva's agenda? Where you'll meet Delgado.
Delgado is the leader of the Crimson Fleet. I have a profile here with some information on his background. You'll want to know the individual cadences of every member of the fleet, but Delgado's most of all.
Agreed. The last thing we need is to infiltrate the fleet, only to be kicked out because we've underestimated one of them.
I don't disagree, but it's important to know your enemy. In any case, now that you're with the fleet, you'll be operating we will shadow you eventually, but we'll need to maintain our distance for now. This will also give us time to bolster our defenses, should we need to.
Sir, on that note, shall we begin implementing the upgrade to our shields?
Immediately, Lieutenant. Notify the engineers and relay the information to the crew. I hope your entry into the fleet has overcome any doubts you may have had regarding your mission. It's certainly increased my estimates on success. Keep up the good work. We'll expect further reports. Dismissed.